Hi, I'm Leah Smith. Now that we have busted the myth that older adults can't build muscle, we can move on. In this video, I will look at the why and how of muscle health. I've spent a considerable amount of time looking into the research as to why muscles play such an important role in longevity and, more importantly, in health span. You're going to want to know this information whether you're in your teens or in your 90s. In the second half of the video, I will look at how professional fitness instructors design their programs to effectively build muscle mass. Let's jump in with both feet. Longevity is simply the number of years we live, as measured by our age at the time of our death. On the other hand, health span is the number of years we live full and vital lives, enjoying mobility and resilience to the ravages of disease. My mother-in-law was 98 years old when she died suddenly, probably from a stroke. A quick check of Wikipedia tells me that the United Nations estimated globally there were 573,000 centenarians in 2020, but by 2024 there were 925,000. Even in a world where centenarians are becoming more common, 98 is a ripe old age. More astonishing, however, was that she was living in her own home, doing her own shopping, driving a standard vehicle, and golfed from time to time. She was energetic, interesting, and generally fun to be around. We had had lunch the day before. She had extolled the virtues of the stairs in which she called her rocket ship home. A home on 4 floors on a narrow lot. She would joke that she had to climb a set of stairs just to change rooms. She attributed those stairs to keeping her fit and didn't understand why her friends felt the need to move to bungalows as they aged. Shouldn't this be our goal? To try and avoid a long period of illness before our death? Or shouldn't our objective be that the two coincide? Adding life to our years means avoiding sarcopenia. Sarcopenia, characterized by weak, shrunken muscles, is at one end of the spectrum, while a strong body with healthy muscles is at the other. As we age, we can become feeble, lose our balance easily, be subject to falling, and may require mobility devices. If you've ever been confined to a bed or been in a cast for any length of time, the muscle atrophy you experience is characteristic of sarcopenia. This is why nurses have you up and walking within hours of a major surgery. The question is sarcopenia inevitable and unavoidable? Apparently, it does not need to be a normal part of aging, unless you choose to make it so. Our challenge is to stave off muscle atrophy for as long as possible or avoid it altogether by maintaining strong, healthy muscle. Muscle strength and mass has emerged as one of the most important factors in healthy aging. As part of our goals for living a long, healthy life, we should include weight training for as long as possible to build strong skeletal muscles. I know, right? Older people don't lift weights. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon coined the term muscle span and has spent years studying how muscle impacts aging and disease prevention. The emerging science shows that myokines, a hormone-like substance produced in the muscles, powerfully regulates inflammation and protects us against chronic disease. Myokines in healthy muscles are deeply connected to good metabolic health and sustained cognitive function, resilience to disease, and longevity. Those myokines may be the reason exercise decreases the risk of chronic diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular illness, and neurodegeneration, according to a review in the medical journal Endocrine Reviews. Weightlifting for the longest time has taken a backseat to aerobic activities, especially for women. In fact, too much muscle was considered to be unattractive, despite the fact that women are naturally unable to build bulky muscles. Fitness gurus instead opted for exercises where impossible versions of women in colorful lycra bounced across our TV screens. Although aerobics are still an important part of our overall health, weight training is now considered a necessary part of an exercise routine. Ignoring your muscle health is no longer an option. Body weight exercises are an excellent place to start, but in order to continue to build muscle, the weight must be increased regularly to place further strain on the muscle. This creates small tears, which you might experience as soreness. The muscle then heals stronger and the soreness goes away. 3 to 6 sets of 8 to 12 repetition of an exercise is considered to be enough for muscle growth. Create a circuit of 3 exercises that involve different muscle groups: planks for core, push-ups for the shoulder girdle, butt and core, and squats for the large muscles of the legs. Do each exercise 8 to 12 times. Return to your first exercise and repeat the circuit 3 times. Follow that by creating another circuit of 3 exercises. Challenge yourself by progressively increasing the weight over time. Get more from your routine by widely spacing the location of each exercise, perhaps going up and down stairs, moving quickly from one exercise to the next, embedding an aerobic component into your day. If you use a fitness tracker, you may be surprised at the number of steps you did by the end of your session without investing any additional time. So often I see people sitting on their phone on a machine, missing out on the opportunity to optimize their workout. If you are an absolute beginner, you should consider working out in a group, lifting small weights from the seated position. These classes are sometimes available for free through seniors groups. If you have never done weight training, I recommend you use a personal trainer for at least a few months to learn the training principles associated with lifting weights. It may be the best investment you ever make in yourself. As an acquaintance of mine said, pay a trainer or pay the nursing home. So here is an overview of what I talked about. Take a few minutes to look it over. My next video gets into the proper form for what are considered to be the 5 big exercises. Any well-designed program for building muscle will have these. À la prochaine.